let's see, let this pop up here for a second, guys. Hopefully everything is working. Trying to get my phone here to pick it up and tell me that it's streaming. Aha, here we go. All right, I'm gonna put this over here so I can see what you guys chat. Well, good evening. Sorry, I was trying to get this to go at 9 o'clock, but it just didn't want to work. So that's how it goes. I'll put it here in a minute or so before I get into it. Keep it short. If you guys jump into this, it'll be less than 30 minutes. I'm just going to kind of hang out, show you some things I'm working on, and things that I'll be reviewing here shortly. Well, that's happening. I'm trying to think where to start. It's been a little while. Let's see. JJ Mars. More Steyr is better in my family. That's from Austria. Well, good evening, JJ. Well, for you guys that are here stateside, I do want to show you that ammo does exist. You can find it. Didn't have to pay an arm and a leg either. So I would recommend you don't have to stand in long lines at like your local, Gander, Academy Sports. I would say Walmart, but Walmart doesn't sell ammo no more. Guys, I actually happened to be in Nashville on like Tuesday of this week. I just walked into a store probably close to 6 o'clock at night and found 9mm 124 and 55 grain 223. So I grabbed some ammo for an upcoming 2-gun event. So it's out there. Just kind of keep your hopes up. You'll find it. And it wasn't too expensive. I think I got 9mm for $19 a box. And I want to say the 5.56 it was $12.99 or $13.99 for a 20-round box. So where I used to buy these for like $7, but at least they're not 20 bucks. So that's happening. So let me throw it over here off to the side. That was an easy one to start off the channel night with. If you do have questions, just type them in. I'll get to them as best I can. Let's see. Let's see. 223 asked, do you know if Steyr will release a L9A2 with a threaded barrel? Yes, they already do. If you want a threaded barrel, you can actually request it at the time of order. So if you put an order in with your gun store and they contact Steyr to get that initialized or that acquisition number, or when it comes available, you can actually request it to be a threaded barrel. Or what a lot of people have done, just go over to Steyr's website here in the US. Any of the barrels are interchangeable between any of the A1s and the A2s. So you can actually buy the L or an M A1 barrel and stick it in the A2. I know specifically, let's see, keep you two people happy. This is an A2 upper, and on my A1, which isn't over there, the barrel is actually has all the same markings, so you cannot actually tell in the late Gen 4 A1s, they have the same exact barrels. They never changed them or did anything. The only thing different was they just put the correct serial number to match the rest of the gun. So that is an option if you already happen to own it, or if you get a deal on one, or just have to have it and you can buy a threaded barrel later. The only thing I will tell you to make sure that you specify is if you want the European thread, which is the 13/1 left hand, or do you want half by 28 US? Make sure you get the right one so you have the correct boosters and the correct suppressor host. So hopefully that answers your question. Well, let's see what else is going on here. Some cool stuff. I've been ordering, getting ready for some stuff. So just to kind of show you guys, Dead Air was running a sale and it's got a cool promo going on. If you sign up on their email, they toss you 10%. not really a sponsor video through Dead Air, but you guys know I'm starting to get a bunch of their products and I'm paying for them. Hopefully they'll like me at some point and I'll get something cool. But I did happen to score a suppressor cover with the extra heat shield inside in the black, and it's a black camo. So I'm looking forward to getting that on my Nomad. It's a Nomad L naked. I picked up some zipper pulls. They came in. That was pretty cool. I mean, these are, it's just a zipper pull, but these are actually really cool. The suppressor sleeve thing is really cool. I've used it as a hot pad and was playing with it and was told to have to keep it out and not play with the oven with it. So that's go over there. So as soon as I get my suppressor out of jail, I'll get that. And the other cool thing, which I was playing with, and if you guys can see it in the video, there's a hacksaw, polishing jig, and some stuff over there. I was actually playing with these tonight. They have chains that are bottle openers. And I've asked Dead Air, because I really like their logo, I think it's cool, to make some like challenge coins, or just, you know, some cool swag type stuff. I actually ended up modding mine, not making it a can opener. So I'm going to turn this into a challenge coin, or into, this is a circle, so I can use it for a ranging on how close my shots are on my bolt gun, which is sitting behind me. And I hope you guys are starting to like the new layout here in the office. So if you want a cool bottle opener, they have them. If you want a challenge coin and you want to spend a little time, it's totally doable. So you just have to mod them. So as I was playing with tonight, let's see. So that was some cool stuff and interesting stuff that I bought. Let's see, 2 things. All right, to kind of start the reviews off, or what's coming. Basically, I'm just going to give you guys, I'm going to show you some stuff I've got sitting here on the table, tell you what I'm going to start reviewing so you can have an idea of what to look for. And tonight when I started the stream, I want to say a big thank you for everybody that does watch the channel. We passed right at 1,700 active subscribers. There's actually 1,700 people that are engaged with, and that's through all the platforms, but you guys are actually subscribed on YouTube, so thank you so much for that. So the channel is growing slowly without, you know, using other people to piggyback off of or to work with. I do get to work with some other nice YouTubers and we do stuff together, but it's a mutual respect, and time we actually get to shoot and do stuff. We're not, you know, who can get the bigger subscriber count thing. So I'm proud of myself of, you know, in making content you guys like, and or hopefully you're liking, and there's now 1,700 of you. So thank you. Into holsters. If you guys are following on the Facebook forums or the Steyr Club forums, there's been a lot more talk about holsters. People are making them, doing stuff. I know there's now a couple companies that will make a A2 holster, and let's just start that real quick, because here's an A1, and yes, it's modified, it's painted, but the grip itself here for what goes inside a holster has not changed. It is textured, it has new stippling and some work done on the back, but the actual lockup in the Picatinny rail, the trigger guard, and the front face here is normal. This is an unmodified A2. So show you guys this. All right, you can see here at the trigger guard that it's bowed more. And if you can tell here in the front, it's more squared, or if you guys have seen the A2, this is what makes the difference between an A1 holster and an A2 holster. 99% of it is actually right here inside this trigger guard. So if I can get this up here, you see how nice and round this one is, and this one's got this weird hook and shelf, and the bow is different, let alone it's actually wider. Now, on the A2, everybody wants to know here on the front, can they cut this off? What were these 2 little nodules here for? In Europe, for a police department or a military contract, I don't know past, and I'm still waiting to get that official response. I have an idea who it's for, but not official. They had a particular holster set up that actually pinches in the front. Excuse me. So when their holster latched and went down the Picatinny rail, or when it bites like a double click, or any of your standard retention holsters that bite around the trigger, theirs actually have 2 convexed nubs on the inside that go into these holes, and that's what they were intended for. But I have talked to some people, and just so you guys know, you can reshape this if you want to. There is enough meat here, but you'll end up with like a half moon. So you might end up wanting to fill this, or if you're good with polymer, fill the hole, then reshape the front of this, and then it might actually work better in an A1 holster. But if you don't want to cut your gun, which I don't like to do, granted, I did do this one, but it was a particular project, and it took like 2.5 years of building this gun, and it took almost like 5 months to get the stippling done right. With Tactical, I sent it to him, he sent him all my hand sizes, like this was in depth, so it just wasn't a night guy. This was all sized to my hand. The double click holsters. So I've got two. This is the brand new 3-way that they just released not too long ago. I know a couple of you guys have gotten them, and this here's mine. I got one finally, and I've been using this as an appendix rig setup, and also kind of using it occasionally for small of the back. And it is actually smaller than the A1 variant. But the nice thing with new double clicks are two things. They are the only company as of still today, and this is the 1st of June, the company that actually says and promotes their product that it works with an A2, designed for an A2. So far, I haven't found anybody else that will say that they make it specifically for an A2 steyr. The MF double click does. So this is one option. This, if you've seen their inside the waistband holster, this one is about 10 or 12% smaller, and I have a video. I'll give you the full measurements and show you the little bit of differences between this one and the previous generation. But it's here. I've also, and if you're looking at the holes, that's a part of the 3-way. You can take it from a 2-clip to a single clip system, and you can play with it a little bit. I'll show that in the review when I get to it. So that's upcoming. Along with that, this is their new Ghost holster. It's their variant of a taco holster. If you literally and make like a taco shell around a gun, this is their variant from other manufacturers, and it is also a trying to get the correct terminology for it, just a trigger guard holster. So if you've ever seen just the trigger guard ones that go up here and just cover here and the rest of the gun's exposed, that's what this is supposed to be. And I've actually been carrying this in like sweatpants, shorts. I've been doing even with my kilt from 511, and I've actually started to like this a lot more than the 3-way in an appendix particular setup. So it fits a bit easier, especially on like non-supportive clothing. So if you're not running a belt or you're trying to wear something baggy, this is actually a little bit easier, and it seems to ride better than the 3-way. So that's some things I'm testing with it. I've had these for a month and a half, 2 months. So I wanted to get equal time, and I've been wearing these, literally exchanged them like halfway through the day, trying in different scenarios. I've had both of these ridden on motorcycles, on the highway. Starting to build a battle belt, so I'll be throwing them in that as soon as that shows up. So I'll give you guys a really good review on these compared to the other ones, and give you a short term of what I like about them, but I've also got a lot of time with the previous model. So there's those two. If you're looking for it too, remember the channel's got a discount code. If you go double click Steyr 10, all in capitals, and you'll get a discount. If you forget about it, or if you just send them an email for your order, let them know that way. Just throw it in there, tell them that I referred you, and you'll get a discount. Okay, there's that. Couple things here. I got some cool stuff from Dublin, Ireland. If you guys can see it right up here, that is James, and I'm gonna screw up it's Nimix is his last name. He's on Instagram. I'll put up a tag. It's James CRX, and he does a bunch of cool stickers and for vets and charity type work. And Mr. H actually got me that one and everything. It's a Noveski Samurai. I'm trying to think here. He's got one Well, that was a sniper version. Here's another one. I'll get some cool pictures of these all set up, but he sent me, it was really nice. I displayed some of his artwork, and he actually sent me some stickers and stuff from Ireland, and I believe there's another care package coming up. So if you guys want to see some cool artwork, jump over to my Instagram, and I'll post up some pictures of these, and I'll tag and link him. If you guys are into like samurai, European gun art stuff, you know, want cool stuff for the wall. So thank you so much. Sorry, James. Like I'll get you some cool pictures and stuff, and I do appreciate everything that you sent of these. I think he sent me 10 or 15 of these stickers for the wall and for the gun case for Vulcan. So that's going to go on. I've got, let's see. One of you guys, one of the subscribers, has sent me a bunch of BT Guideworks or Guide Rod Works parts. So I've got a solid guide rod for A1s, A2 pistols. This is for an M, so we're going to do a review on this one. I'll tell you what I like and I don't like about it, so that's going to be coming up. I've also got a striker bushing and spring kit. If you guys have looked up and seen people talk about removing the C-clip and putting in this milled bushing. This is the actual bushing thing that he makes, and a new spring that's supposed to take out and is supposed to adjust the trigger pull and trigger weight. I know about these. They've been out for a while. I just haven't reviewed one. I'll leave it to my video to tell you what I really truly think about it, but it's here. I'm going to test it. I'm going to run it in a gun. We'll put some ammo downrange, and then I'll give you firsthand my experience with it, and I'll show you the proper install or removal of this so you guys don't screw up and start having trigger problems and I have to fix another gun because of these. When someone tried to revert it forward or backwards or was adjusting the striker weight. So we've got that. I'll review it. Like I said, the guide rod, it's got some good and it's got some bad about it that I already know about, but we're going to run it in the gun. I'll get you some weight, and it'll be a simple review. It's a guide rod and a spring, but right now it's the only option, or it's one of two options that's available. The other thing will be just a visual dress-up item for your A1 pistols, and of all the BT guide rod stuff I've got right now that I've been playing with, I like this one the best. It is for the pocket here in the back. I'm going to grab an empty mag into an empty chassis. You guys see the hole that's here in the back, or if you look at your gun, you notice that back strap hole is there. This is actually a fulfillment spot that fills in this gap back there and keeps dirt from getting behind the magazine or in with the magazine. So that got sent. With it, I like this. I'll show the quick install of this in a video. It'll be really short and simple, but if you guys are looking for a dress-up item, just go ahead and order one of these. It's pretty cool. But it's strictly a visual thing. It doesn't make any performance difference. It doesn't make any anything fancy. It's just like I said, makes your gun look pretty. So we'll throw that over here. In for guide rods, it was sent to me one of the DPS systems. This is the progressive spring kit for A1s and A2 pistols. This one's in an L. It comes with 2 springs, some bushing cups. It's kind of complicated for the system, and there's a bunch of tuning to play with it. I have never ran one personally. I've only had to remove these or fix them or tune them. So I'm going to put some time behind one. This is supposed to be an updated version with the 2 different springs so you can adjust. The only thing so far that I found that I truly just don't like about it is they don't tell you from the manufacturer. I'm waiting on an email. They do not tell you what the spring weight rates are. It just says one's a light spring and one's a heavy spring. So I still gonna have to tune one. So that's gonna be fun. And it's got bushing cups. This spring is non-removable, or it's actually pinned and captured in here. I might see about what it takes to remove it or how it's captured in here, but got 2 springs and they're literally about 2 coils difference. The diameter the same. The thickness of the springs all look the same. So I don't know, except for this one's a closed loop system and this one's an open. I'm going to assume this is probably somewhere between a 14 to 16 pound spring, and this gets into your 18 to 20 pound spring. And then when you add it with this progressive system, this one, it's a 10 or a 12 pound spring. Yeah, it feels about 10 or 12 pounds. So there's some tuning that'll have to go with it. And if you really got into building some type of super massive load, you can actually put these two springs together or a combination somewhere in there and tune it that way for like super hot ammo. These are not caliber specific, which is something else I don't really care for because of the length, and that's where these cups come into and the tuning process. So I'll get into it, mess with it. It says it's for an L9, but they all show up for L. I don't see one. I've never seen one package that it says for 40 cal or 357. That's the reason I say that they're not really caliber specific. So I'll play with it. We'll see what I can get it to do. And I'll give you guys a full report and show you the progression of that. Let's see. Almost out a couple things, guys. If you got any questions or you're hopping on here, fire away. I'm gonna show you something if you guys are into getting into race pistols, or you want to make your Steyr into a race pistol, or just really help with accuracy. This is a range toy. It's from Speedledge. It's called Speedledge. Tame the Recoil. This was also sent in from one of you guys. Basically, this is a go pedal. If you're not familiar with the go pedal, it's a place for your support hand, for your thumb to ride. So as long as you guys are not Barney doing the old one-shot thing, when you actually run and drive your thumbs forward, this here is an actual ledge, and this will mount to the front of your gun. Let's see here, loosen it up. I'll show you on this one. All right, real quick, I threw it on there. Sorry, I'll get a better camera angle when I actually do the full review. But basically, it gives a spot to put your thumb so your support hand will ride out. You have to worry about putting your thumb against the side of the frame or up on the slide. It's actually a pedal, I think like a car, for your hand to go up on. So, give you an idea, it goes there. It sits on, it will not fit in any type of holster. This is strictly, built as a race gun to go play at the range. The only thing that I have found for Steyrs is it will not, well, I won't say it will not work. It does not like an A2. It fits perfectly fine on A1s. It works on CZs, Walthers, played with, I tested it on. Every Picatinny rail system that I have in my cabinet or can get a hold of right now, this works on, except the new A2. When you put this on, you're going to need to put a little tape if you go this route. I'm going to put this on here and show you. I quickly just set the screw, tightened it, and it still had threads, probably a turn or two left. When I put this on the A2, it is still really loose and walks around. I'm waiting on some lights to play with this new Picatinny rail, but the issue is the actual rail here is cut much more aggressive than on standard. So I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but right here there's just a little bit of daylight left. So if you want to run this on an A2, I mean it's still there, it's not going to come off, but it wiggles, and I'll see if you guys can hear it. It sounds like a little bit of marble in there or a rock. If you were to put some electrical tape or maybe even a piece of shrink wrap tube on the inside of these dovetails so it had some more room to bite on it, it wouldn't rattle and it would really get a good solid mount. But it works, and like I said, it's just a range toy. It's totally adjustable for your hand for the length of Picatinny rail. I tried it. I had a CZ 9 tactical I threw this on. made it really awesome for large frame, like 5-inch or 6-inch slides, especially running a can. But it does fit. It wiggles around, but it does have that go pedal. And if you want to try to train with the sights or need a spot or just to help make that transition, I know on some guns like the 365, a couple of the CZ, like PO7s, PO9s, they actually have parts that go into like take down levers and pins. They actually have go pedals, but this is just an accessory to put on, and I like it. It's interesting on range pistols. So that's it for that. It's just something different. I don't think it's a necessary tool or anything, but if you just want to doodad for your pistol, I like it. It's all aluminum, the texture feel to it. I'd pick one up, so it's kind of fun. Let's see, I think we're getting close. Camera battery's not looking too happy. Let's see, I've got, like I said, I was building a battle belt. I got some 511 single mag pouch holders. Somebody was asking the other day, and I'm sorry, I forget who it was, if it was Facebook or through the channel, like what mag pouches I use. And honestly, I haven't bought a mag pouch in like 15 years for a pistol because I have some old ones for my GI-45 that I've always used. If I need one, it's a 2 mag system. It's old. I don't even know who makes it, and I'll grab it real quick. And when I say it's old, I mean it's just literally some nylon, like fire hose. The Velcro doesn't much work anymore. But this is what I've used for years, probably since like 96, 95. I just haven't bought another one. Now I've got some for AR pistol mounts, but I picked up some of these 511. They've got the plastic MOLLE clips in the back. They work with MOLLE. But I mean, the retention's okay. It's not great, but I also didn't really want, for what I'm building, I didn't want the actual cover to go over. I wanted the pressure. And once this goes on a belt and your body pushes against it here on the back, it actually tightens up. So sitting loose this way, it does, but I'm gonna do some review work when I get a battle belt built, but that's gonna be coming. And let's see. That's a 2 mag, it works just fine. Here's a 40 mag. It buries a little bit deeper, but I mean, it's universal, so it'll work on that one. The last thing I've got is more just a note to you guys. If you're looking for parts, I know the big thing right now is 3D printed items. And I think 3D printed parts can be good for T&E work, just to do the test, make sure an idea works. It can be a lot cheaper than actually building a part. But I was sent in, and I'll show the brands when I actually do the review, but they sent me in a 3D printed Speedloader. And there's just a standard, that's an XD twin stack mag for this thing to go on. And to make it work on this, on a Steyr mag, on the GB mag, like it doesn't even want to go, and it's the same size, but we'll just stick with Steyrs. I'll show you here with this one. Here's that 40 mag. It does not work with the 4. It's all off. It's not printed in the right spot, so it had to be cut and kind of shaped in here. And the 3D printed thing, when you're trying to force and load rounds, it's too light duty, or at least this manufacturer, the way that they did this, and they're selling these, you'll see them on eBay or on Gunker. It's got a great big lion kind of touched in the side of it. I'll get the company's name because I got the bag up on the shelf. Don't buy the 3D printed things. Get some good ejection molded polymer ones. Like this works a lot better. It goes on. It actually has spots so you can actually grab it. And I'm going to review, and these are just 2 I've got for pistols. Been using this one now for 4 months, 5 months, and it works flawlessly. I've tried to make this ejection molded one work. I'll get 1 or 2 rounds loaded, and it just flexes, and seriously, I thought I broke it one time, and it was a piece of that's what broke off. So be mindful when you buy parts, just as an FYI. I think the cost honestly is about the same, but buy yourself a good quality speed loader or mag loader if you're going to get one. I've got a couple for the AUGs. We're going to demo those and show them too all at the same time. So we'll do some pistol and rifle mag loaders for Steyr equipment, and I'll tell you what I think. Perfect, you know, actually with range time use on them, and I'll show them in a video. So that's what's happening. That's what's on the table tonight. I don't think there's much more. Where's Jim? Where's the AUG barrel? Actually, tell you what, I'll leave you off on that one. I have it. You guys are not going to believe this. I actually picked this up yesterday, and it has spent a month. I've had 2 separate gunsmiths work on it because I couldn't do it, and you guys know that I do the Steyr armory work, and I've removals. I made a video on it. This tulip will not come off the end of this barrel. So later tonight or tomorrow, I will be sending an email to Steyr, to Jeff, their SIA, and we're gonna talk, because this thing will not come off. Like, I have personally broke 3 wrenches. The gun shop that I took it to, that like they can do the work, they've got the tools and equipment, they have broke 3 wrenches, a breaker bar, and their vise, and it won't come off. But I have the barrel, it's not bent, nothing's hurt with it. For certain, it's going to need to be cleaned because everyone's touched it and there's no oil on it. But yeah, this tulip, let's just hope that Steyr can get it removed, because if not, I think the final thing will be to literally have to cut it off the end of the barrel. But I'll have it back. EDC games are next weekend, and I'll be participating, and I don't know, maybe I'll get it hot enough out there that, you know, maybe I can get it off then. I don't know. But this thing has been a royal pain in the butt. But it's back. Let's see. Oh yeah, I mean, I've done it before. I've done the video, trust me. I've smashed my knuckles into the floor, done it. I mean, literally this gun shop they cut a wrench out of like 3/4 inch plate, ground it down, and they snapped it in half. I've cracked a Craftsman. We broke a snap-on, and the old good snap-on, a bunch of their other right wrenches or gunsmithing wrenches. I've done 3 that I've broke on here out of my own, you know, here at the studio. They've done 3 or 4. They built one, put it on a breaker bar, and the breaker bar bent the actual handle portion. They said it started to open up the C-clip of it, so that sucked. But I don't know. Maybe Jeff at SI, maybe he has a secret something, you know, teleporter. He can just take it off, or has some cool impact tool that we just don't have. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a trip to Steyr. If you guys comment enough, tell me. Maybe I'll make a trip down there and I'll go see him personally and be like, take it off. I want to put a suppressor on this. Okay, guys. Well, I know the camera battery is getting low, so I don't want it just to cut out on me at the end. I'm going to start doing some review work tomorrow and start making some videos. Dude, trust me, like, I think everyone's out of Steyr barrels. Send an email to Steyr. If you to email me, tnsteyr@gmail. I will send you a direct email or help you get in contact with Steyr if you can't, and you can get put on a waiting list. And that's the best I can tell you right now. And that's for any type of AUG parts. So that's happening. Don't forget, Steyr, the range day is August the 21st this year. Social media, I've got posts about it. If you guys want to be in Nashville, come out to a range day. I'll be bringing all this, I'll be bringing all that, I'll be bringing that behind me, and a bunch of other stuff, like 4 or 5 boxes. We got a bunch of review stuff to get done between now and then, and stuff for you guys to test. So you guys want to come shoot, hang out with me, do a meet and greet, play with guns, meet a bunch of other YouTubers that'll show up. We've got a ton of companies, ton of giveaways. August 21st, Royal Range, Nashville, Tennessee. It's an all-day affair. Open to close, we'll be there. So you guys want to come hang out, shoot some cool stuff. They've got a ton of stuff. I actually just did, if you want to hop over, check out my other video. I just did a live announcement from inside their showroom. You can see all their full auto stuff that's totally rentable, playable, and you don't have to clean it. You just got to pay to put ammo in it. So, all right, guys. Well, You're welcome, Jim. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna hop off here before this battery dies, and I smell dinner cooking. So, good night. If you have any questions, y'all know how to get a hold of me. DM, PM, comment in the videos, or if you want to talk to me more personally, tnsteyer@gmail.com. You guys just shoot me over an email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right. Good night.